Happy holidays. Welcome to the Xray podcast. I'm Julio with my co-host and friend Robert Barbosa, and today we are talking about Christmas traditions.
My
What are
favorite
your
holiday of the year,
favorite? I
Christmas.
know, I know. I got my ugly sweater on, as you guys can
Yeah, I need to
see.
get me one of those. I need to get me an ugly
Yeah,
sweater. Not
yeah,
as cool as yours though. Yours is pretty cool. He's over
yeah.
there dabbing.
I got some. This is not coffee. This is hot chocolate. Got some of
Oh
that.
yeah, this is how I know it's Christmas. I got that hot chocolate going on. I've already drank it all the way. I was supposed to sip on it, but man, my wife made it so good that she likes
I
with
know, man. This is
marshmallows and whipped cream and a bunch of little. I guess there was something there. I ate it. All I know, it was good. When I tasted it, I was like, "Damn, it's Christmas!" Even though it's 70 degrees out here in Texas,
I know.
man,
I know. And you
everybody's
can
having a white Christmas, and we're having a green Christmas because our
I
grass
know.
is still green.
Definitely. You can see the line in Starbucks. Everybody going to the spice pumpkin latte. Everybody going for that this Christmas. Starbucks making that money with that Christmas drink that everybody love. And now they have the little my daughters love the pumpkin spice boba. Have you heard about that?
You know, I never tried the boba.
Never
I
tried it?
haven't tried it. Mm-mm.
You're gonna get hooked.
I'm afraid to
Into it.
try anything weird and exotic. I mean,
Wh-
I'll try it, but
Why not?
I don't know.
What is holding you back?
The little bean looking things in a drink, you
Oh no.
know? Do you swallow those? Do you chew it? What are you supposed to do with that?
You
Is
play
it
with it.
slimy? Is it hard?
There's one way to find out, bro.
God.
Right, that's dead in mind. It's one way to find out. So we're gonna ask everybody whether you're on X, on YouTube, or Facebook. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? You know, what is it? So let me.
So, do you have a set tradition? Because I know now
Uh-huh.
cultural, like the Mexican culture, they do have different I guess, Christmas traditions. And my family is kind of unique in the sense that we were once Jehovah Witnesses growing up, so we didn't really celebrate holidays.
Mhm.
But then my parents went to form into Pentecostal kind of non-denomination, and then they did celebrate. But around that time, I was already like 12, 13, so I had a hard time adjusting when I got married with my wife, and my wife is like big in Christmas holidays,
That's
so it's something new to me, and I have some struggles like, oh, I was supposed to get you a gift, yeah, about that. But now, I'm getting a little bit better into it, and I would like to hear everyone's traditions so I can learn and maybe adapt some for my own. I know we've tried the white elephant here a few years back and played some games, but I guess let's start from there. What would be your Christmas games?
we play a lot of games here. I think last night they were playing Twister. They're playing Twister with the kids. They have another board game. We have Operation. So the kids are doing the little pulling the bones and the wishbone, all the stuff. The heart. That's a childhood game on my end. I used to play that way back when Operation came out. I would say in the 80s. That game was lit. You know what I mean? Just everybody was into it. The commercials, the ad for the game. Back then, board games in the 80s and 90s, they were pretty big. You got Battleship, you have Operations, you have Candy, uh, the game Candy. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah.
And what is the other one that you pop you have the
Um,
little
yes, I forgot. Trouble? Was it Trouble?
Trouble. Yeah, you had Trouble back then. That was a good game. I like Trouble. Trouble
Well,
was a great game.
well,
Uh, yeah.
those board games, man. I grew up kind of somewhat poor, but not poor. But Mexican, parents would be like, "No, no, no, we ain't got money for that." And I used to want that game so bad, dude. Then we get the game for the kids, and it's like, nah, It wasn't all that. And I'm like, dang it, man! I had so high expectations. And then you
Yep.
the one where like there's like a monkey trap or a mouse trap or something that falls.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. You got that one. And you have the other one, Hungry Hippo. That you just tap the
yeah,
hippo and you eat the pebbles and all that stuff. I like that one. Monopoly. Monopoly is an all-time
it's a
favorite.
classic. Yeah,
It's a classic. People love Monopoly.
I
What is
like
the other
being
one?
mean in Monopoly, buying
Uh,
everything and taking away
yeah,
things.
Yenga. Yenga was a good one. Everybody loves Yenga. You got shakers and you have chess, and you have those iconic ones. But I would say on my end, I would say Monopoly, uh, Connect Four. I like Connect Four. That was like back. Remember that it's like a shaker,
Yeah,
but it's vertical. So I
yeah,
like
you
that.
either go this way or this way or
Yeah,
that way. Oh,
yeah.
you know which one we started playing in Christmas was headbands. You put a band on your thing and it has a picture. You don't know what it is, so you
Oh
have to
yeah, I
guess.
see that.
Man, that's a family favorite here in the Barbosa's house.
And the other one that you do mimic, you cannot say words, but you just like
Yep, that one too.
that. That one's a good one. That's I don't know
Um,
what the name of it. That's a good game.
where you
Uh,
pretend,
what is yours?
or you. Hmm.
What was your childhood, or your traditions as far as games? Because I mean, if we go on like food, it's another different ball game. But as for your on your end, what kind of games you guys play as a family? Because you got people coming over, like Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. We cannot relate on that. We have like family coming over, and it's like 25 people at the house. You know what I mean? The sleepover or like sleepless nights, I would say. You know what I mean? It's everybody watching movies, talking. It's crazy.
Well, I will tell you this. So I do remember that there was a time when one of my aunts, or we went to my aunt's house, and what they would do is they would play loteria, which is like bingo, but it has these characters, like it has a drunken guy, a barrel, a rooster, a sun, stuff like that. So they would, it's like bingo. They would say, "Hey, the rooster," and instead of putting like a coin or a plastic coin, like how bingo is, we use beans, raw beans. Frijoles is what we call it. We put the beans in there, and same thing like bingo. If you get, a four in a row or across the board, just like bingo, you win. And then they would have different prizes like, either money, either lottery tickets, or and then one that was one of my favorite things to play. And then one thing that I would remember is that on Christmas Eve we would have a feast, and then Christmas Day the women and the children would wake up and we would help moms make tamales. All the moms were already awake, making tamales and putting it together, getting it ready for you know the next day or whatever whatever was left over. And we had tamales basically from Christmas to New Year's. Basically that's what we ate. And that's why I'm kind of tamale out. But there's some people, man, they love tamales all the way, man. It's just to me,
Facts,
it's just man.
facts. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. So now talking about food, and then you mentioned tamales and all that stuff. Tell me about your like what was your feast as like in Puerto Rico? Like, we used to eat, or we still eating like the night before Christmas, and then we eat the leftovers in Christmas. You know what I mean? So in Christmas Eve, that's where they prepare the big meal. We sometimes we do it on Christmas Eve. Sometimes we do it on Christmas, but it's whatever. We go with the flow. But in your end, when you guys prepare the feast, the night before, like Christmas Eve, or in Christmas?
So currently, right now, in our household, right now, what we do is my wife is starting a tradition within us that um, so I will for Christmas Eve I will have a dinner. I will cook steaks or brisket, ribs, something very like meaty, something. At the same time, she is preparing something for Christmas morning, which she's making what we call pozole,
Oh yeah.
and it's kind of like menudo. It's a soup. In case
Yep.
no one doesn't know what it is, instead of using that stomach that people don't like, the tripe, right? Instead of using that, she uses chicken. People use chicken, but in our household, we use uh, another type of pork meat, and into little cubes, so that way you have it with mahogany, and it's really good. It tastes good. Or hominy. I'm sorry, somebody
Mm-hmm.
corrected me. But so yeah, it's something that we have in the breakfast morning. Wake up to that, the smell of that, and it's just we want to tie that into this tradition of us. When the kids wake up, they smell that, and hopefully they pick it up, and the next my kids pick it up, and so on and so on. But yeah, it's that's what we do. But what do Puerto Ricans do? Because I know our buddy Jerry, he holds a whole feast, bro.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if he's having it this year.
Yeah, he did. He invited me over. Let me pull up a picture right quick.
Did he
Like to
already do it?
no, he's doing it today.
Oh, it's today.
Yeah, yeah. Let me pull up a picture so people can have a visual representation of like what we do in Christmas. Real quick, let me share the screen with you, and this is what we do on Christmas. This is like Puerto Rico. This is what we do. We wake up early. Let me hold on. Let me fix this screen real quick. Yeah, we got it right. Okay, we wake up early in the morning, especially like Christmas
How
Eve.
about now?
Yeah, yeah, it's good now. Yeah, so we wake up early in the morning, and this is what they do. Have a whole pig roasted overnight. Sometimes they start at 3 o'clock in the morning, and put it on the fire, and they just like spin all day long until like noon. So it's there for about 4 or 5 hours. In average, sometimes more. It depends, how heavy the pig is, and this is what they do. And then we put up together uh this type of plate. You got
Wow.
plantains, you have the pork, you have your tomatoes, and a little bit of salad, and they call this arroz mamposteado, which is like kind of yellowish, kind of brown rice with beans, which is delicious. And then you have your sweet plantains. So you have you kind of salty, very beefy pork ribs. The plantains, it's like tamales, but it's made of kind of boiled smashed plantains. And the inside it has different type of meat. You can put you can put I would say beef. You can put pork inside. You can put chicken inside. So it's not full plantain. It's just have meat inside. So you have meat on carbohydrates and more meat, and then you have your carbohydrates. You have your amarillos, which is sweet plantains, and your rice and beans, and and then you have the famous coquito, which is like Puerto Rican eggnog, and they put a little bit of rum or brandy, whatever you want to call it, cognac into it, make it a little bit kind of alcoholic ish, and then you have your pulled pork, more rice, and this is we call it this is plantain in it's like a cold dish. So you have your oregano leaf, you have your uh, olive, plantain, you have your vinegar, you put onions in it, you have pepper, and bell peppers. So it's all mixed up. It's a cold dish. It's pretty good. It's basically it's marinated in kind of like a oily basil type of sauce. Kind of like
Yeah.
little marinade. It's pretty good. And you pull pork. It's just like that. That's very traditional plate in Puerto Rico. And plus, this is like a visual what they do in Christmas. You know what I mean? This is like illustration. What do they do? And this is what they do, man, all year round. Puerto Ricans love to eat, dance, uh,
Hey,
family.
I will say this. Remember, we dived into history of brisket and barbecue and slow cooking. It
Yes,
all
sir.
thanks to the Puerto Ricans. Thank you guys for slow cooking. That that all the way influenced America and Southern America to where we make barbecue because of you guys with the slow rotisserie of the pork,
Yeah, it's
which are
crazy, right? I
complex
didn't
ones.
know. I didn't know they were, barbacoa, which is the Indian used to call it. Uh,
Yep,
they
yep.
it
It's not
started
even a
in Puerto
Mexican thing.
Rico.
Remember, I was like, dude, I thought it was a Mexican thing, and it came
Yeah,
out it's Puerto Rican.
yes, Puerto Rican. So yeah, it kind of spread out when Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492, 1493, and then he saw how they cook their fish and all that stuff, and they're like, oh, this is interesting. And then kind of they took the same thing for their type of meats and all that stuff, and they just kind of spread out after that. You know what I mean? But in reality, it came from the Taínos in Puerto Rico back in 1400s, early 1400s, probably predated before that, but it was discovered 1492 in October, some ish in 1492, and then Christopher Columbus further his explorations took that little piece of culture and traditions and spread it out, and then when we evolved throughout the years, and now they're doing competitions and they're doing all that stuff, which is fine with me. I don't care, but it's that's the beauty of it. You take something and you evolve it and you make it better, better and better and better as technology evolve. So yeah, it is crazy, how everything is like everybody pitching into something. I mean, everybody in the planet, like Africa, have their we get a lot of music out of Africa. The rhythms,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, we have a lot of music from Africa. We have the intellectual, we have the mathematics, and we have science from Europe. Everybody pitch in. I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
The philosophy from the Greeks.
Yeah, you got the Greeks, you got the Romans with their math and how to measure time and all the stuff with the numbers. That's they came up with numbers, the Romans. So
Yep.
kind of like put it in in paper, but yeah, it's pretty
And
good.
you know what's crazy is that in this side of the continent, we
Hmm.
developed paper. The Mexicas were had
Yep.
paper that they would write, and um, the Greeks would write in stones. And
Yeah, they carving in stones like the Egyptians, the
yeah.
Greeks.
But
Uh,
on this side, we had paper, which is crazy,
right.
right?
Yeah, they use clay. I remember they use also clay. Remember that they
Yeah.
use clay and carve in clay and then let it dry, and they just remain. That's crazy. That's
But
how the culture change is
But
badass.
it's awesome to see these traditions, some of them that existed way before
I
our
know.
race even exists, or our new race, because you know what is Mexicans? There's not a race. That's just a country. We're called mestizos
Mhm.
scientifically, uh, which was a name given by the Spaniards. And but yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
because
it's
yeah, they call them mestizos because they were not either black or white or white.
yeah,
What I mean? They were like in between, so they're like, okay, they call it a mix, mestizo.
yep,
A mix.
basically a mutt.
Yeah.
Basically,
So yeah.
because think about it. Back in that time, the Spaniards looked at us like, "Ew, I don't want. That's not my child. I mean, I might have slept with that Indian girl, but that ain't my child." You know what I mean? And they didn't want to raise that child, and the natives didn't want that child either. So it was like, where do we go? But
Man, telling you the Spaniards, man, they came over here and they just like
oh
start
yeah,
having babies. You know, it
yep.
happened in Vietnam. Remember Vietnam where we have our soldiers going over there that they have babies and they came back to the States and they didn't recognize those babies for 20, to 30, 40 years later. That's crazy.
Yeah, and
That's
even in
crazy.
my and I hate to get my wife's family involved, but her biological dad had a son over there in Philippines when he's in the Philippines. They are yeah, and she had a brother, and then he passed away in a hurricane, but he has kids now, and we have connections now. We talk to them every now and then, but it's just crazy, dude. Explorers, like to not just explore the land, but explore people too.
Sometimes, hey, sometimes you have to do what God command you to do. You know,
Need crazy.
the God, hey, what the God says,
Procreate. Yeah.
you have to go out and multiply. You
Yeah.
know, and don't blame it on me. Blame it on hey, talk to God about it. Don't blame me for it.
Hey, Julio, speaking about Christmas, let me just dive out a little bit. But speaking about Christmas, so did
Let's
you
go.
know Home Alone apparently
Ah,
happens to still today? So this mom decides to go shopping or something. She went to do something. She left the kiddos at the house and she gets a phone call. Home Alone now
mhm.
has cell phones. So the kids are calling, somebody's breaking into the house and, they're stealing the gifts and all this stuff. And the mom's rushing back and she catches the thieves exiting her house and trying to get into
No,
their getaway car. And guess what this
no,
mom does? She does some heroic stuff that, I'm just going to share it, let you see it first. Here we go.
no way.
Yeah, here we go. So, and this happened 15 hours ago. So, or at least it was reported 15 hours ago. But here we
So
go.
yeah, that's literally that
There
was
goes Mama
yesterday.
Bear.
Oh,
Boom!
oh,
Look, there goes the robbers right there. They're just running away.
they
So
got
let's
nothing on
watch
their
it
hand,
again.
empty-handed.
Boom! She said, "Not today. You ain't stealing my gifts." Mm-mm. Dude, so they got away, but here's the fun fact. These guys were so smart that they left their wallets, their IDs, their cell phones in that car, the license plate to their car. So
I swear.
it happened in Los Angeles.
No wonder.
But she rammed her G wagon and said, "Not today.
Not
You ain't
today.
stealing my
She's
gift."
not playing games.
How
I'm
she?
telling you, Mama Bear, she's not playing games. Mama
Mm-mm.
Bear don't
Don't
play.
mess with Mama Bears.
I know. So now we are like we know we're talking Christmas tradition and all that stuff, but we had to bring the news in between. Uh, I don't know if everybody heard or Robert, you heard Maricopa County in Arizona. The
Oh,
claims,
okay.
yeah, the claims of the election fraud, it came to be
Of course.
right. A lot of people
Of course.
got
Of course.
the platform. They were the platform. They got
Yep.
their account blocked, censored. I would say George A. You probably know who George is. He's been with
Yep.
Lou
Yep.
Valentino on his podcast, on his show a couple of times, and he was banned for 4 years just because he
Mm.
was talking about the Maricopa County election fraud, and it happened to be right. There were massive election fraud in Maricopa County, and it was insane. It's insane. It took the internet by storm. Let me put it. Let me put it up. Voter fraud. Now they are discovering that yes, it was fraud. So let me see. It is hard to
Of
find
course it
because
was. It was. Of course it was fraud. And the thing is, it's crazy how. That's why I agree with Tucker Carlson. Even though Ben Shapiro is on our side and whatnot, but we can't be out here trying to like. If I'm saying something that you don't like, I shouldn't be canceled. Like we shouldn't be canceling people just for what they're saying or whatnot. This is let the chips land where they may. You know,
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And the
And
fact that this person was, these people were telling the truth or what they believed to be the truth at the time,
yeah.
and these people want to cancel it. They want to cancel it because they were getting caught cheating. So and
That's
now it's clear evidence that that's what it was. And again, if this had been, again, this was under Biden, so um, or was this the first wave um, of 2020, or was it 2024?
that was in 2020.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this was under Trump. So, but remember, in the beginning of Trump, and this is where you'll find my critique to them and his first term, is that he didn't know any people, like he didn't know who to trust, and it wasn't exposed until 2020, until everybody decided to make this cancellation thing culture, and now it was called cancel culture. And
Yeah. They've been. It is insane, and how we've been kind of like they taking people's votes away.
yeah, they are.
By doing this by doing this fraud, and they just like they they talking about democracy and all that stuff, but at the end, they don't want democracy.
No,
They
these
don't want democracy. They don't want that. They want it for their purpose of getting in power. Once they get in power, they would get rid of that democracy right away.
And
I mean,
Julio, did you know that there was, okay, and I know we talked about it here, but there is some people that don't know, that genuinely don't know that around Kamala Harris campaign, she had abortion wagons
yeah,
um, in her campaigns. They were performing
whatever she
abortions.
campaign. Yep.
Yeah, and I have a video clip that I would like to share when we find that clip, or
No,
if you
go
want me.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So, it's crazy because, this person and whoever posted this seemed like they just found out about it. And they were saying the media was suppressing this. No, the media wasn't suppressing this. All the conservative media was sharing this like crazy. And I remember when this happened, which again, I'm glad that the African American are waking up because, dude, just watch. Here we go.
Go ahead, man. While I'm looking for this. Oh, it's mute. Robert, can I hear it?
You can't hear it?
No, it's probably mute.
It's probably because I'm going with Internet Explorer. Remember
Okay.
the restream
Yeah. Try
doesn't
to
seem
copy
to
it, put it on the other one.
Here, I'm gonna do it here at Chrome. But yeah, sorry guys. Apparently our stuff has been glitching and we've been freezing. And I'm sorry guys. We um we seem to be trying to get different internet companies, and it just seems to be getting I don't know. I don't know if it's purposely happening or we're just not getting good luck, but I, I can assure you that hopefully it's not just us, but maybe it's the area where we live that there's some new
I
construction.
found. Yeah. Okay. Listen. I found the video because it was hard to find. I found the video because
Okay.
when you look at voting fraud in Fulton County or Maricopa County, it is just insane. Okay, but now I found it. Yeah, they showed me like all videos, bro. All videos. They're trying to block the actual what is happening. But anyway, here's Patrick David at the PPD podcast. Shout out to Patrick David. He is talking about the fraud in Fulton County and the admission of it. Take a listen.
Georgia is under scrutiny after it emerged that some early votes from 2020 election were not signed by poll workers. Writing on X, various commentators allege voter fraud. The allegations came after on December 9th hearing before the Georgia State Election Board. And Brumbaugh, attorney for Fulton County Board of Registration Elections, said that some of the ballots were counted lacked required poll worker signature during the 2020 election. Vote tabulation tapes are signed to verify the accuracy of votes before they are transported to a central office and used for auditing the ballot, because there is no evidence that the ballots were not legitimate because they weren't signed. And some commentators noted that this was procedural lapse. A recounted hand audit of ballots in Georgia at the time confirmed Joe Biden won the debate. In the hearing, the lawyer said did not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rules. She said President Trump and his allies have consistently claimed without evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from President Joe Biden, did not win in Georgia and other states. Trump claimed that the ballots were duplicated and that there were other voter fraud issues in the county. Vinny, what have you learned about this story?
And Humberto,
this is a Newsweek story I just read.
Yeah, I put it in to Rob's Slack. You'll see the girl in court, and she's admitting to it. Look at the Slack that I Slack Rob. But I want everybody to remember, not only was Trump saying it, when we were all saying it, when you were watching voting. Yes, thanks. Humberto, hold on one second. When we were talking about cheating in Georgia, and this is Fannie Willis, this whole situation, okay? And let's not forget, Joe Biden won Georgia by 11,779 votes, okay? Now, 5 years later, they're admitting 315,000 votes were illegally counted. Okay, that's Biden
315,000.
Patrick, you know what that means?
Bro,
That's enough to flip something for sure.
So they tried to win Fulton County. That is in Georgia, by the way. They're trying to steal the votes in Fulton County, even though they stole 315,000 votes. They didn't count it. Trump still won, so he would have won by landslide.
Yeah, he would have won. Yeah,
He would have won by landslide, which is proven. But fast forward 2024.
dude, this country would have been way different right now had Trump been on the.
Bro, yep. So Trump, if that is proven true in other states, we're gonna discover a massive fraud, voting fraud, not only in Fulton County, Maricopa County, in some questionable swing states.
We all knew though that Kerry Lake won and Trump won.
Oh yeah. Katie Hobbs never wanted to debate in Arizona. You know what I mean?
And look at all the
Never wanted to debate.
legal stuff she's going through. She's corrupt.
She's corrupt. She's taking money from the cartel. They've been even Katie was saying it. She was taking money out of the cartels.
The 2020 election was rigged. And I love how people on the left try to point out, well, it didn't change the outcome of the election. What? Wait a minute. If it was happening there, what about all the other polling stations where they were covering the windows and we were like yelling at the top of our lungs? What the hell kind of the poll? You have to have somebody from the other party watching.
This was like around midnight, dude. I was like, no, what is going on?
They were kicking the Republican poll watchers out. They stay overnight, and then you see in trucks pulling up with boxes. The people don't know what happened. And Trump was
people were like doing this, like because they had they covered the windows and you could see the phones, and there was recording out there. Remember, people were putting it, and it got taken down. And you could see the people throwing away Republican ballots, dude.
Yep, they were throwing away. Remember the truck? They got missing the postal office truck. They got missing. Was traveling with boxes of ballots. Never found it.
Yeah, correct.
Remember the travel interstate, which is illegal, travel from one state to another with ballots. And Dinesh D'Souza, he made a documentary, the 2000 Mules.
Yep.
Well, they post videos of hundreds of people dropping ballots in the drop boxes without supervision, without any type of oversight. They just drop in 20 at a time, and they came by metadata and geological phone data. They were coming by 6, 7 times a day, dropping ballots, which is, and people say, "Oh, that's not real." That's
Correct.
that's the messed up part. People say it's not real. That's the messed up part.
That is the
And what they're doing, and there's videos. I'm not gonna play every video, but there's videos of it where they have the ballots. She brings them, she counts them a second time. Okay, and this is why, going back really, really quick to the first point about all the bickering and all the fighting. How is this not the number one story? How is everybody not flipping out? Besides Epstein, which we're gonna get to, they cheated in Georgia. Okay, and then Rudy Giuliani, what is he gonna do? Because if you guys think about it, Rudy was charged 13 felony counts, fined $148 million because he contested this election. Okay?
Yep.
Fulton County's admission. So
to be restituted.
He better get reinstated. He better get all that money back because it's everything from January 6th to Russia to every single thing that these freaking demons have said that we were crazy about. It's all coming true. Okay? So think about this. They're actually missing 380,761 ballots. Fulton failed to verify signatures for 148,000 ballots. Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss double scanned ballots. They violated state law. And then Fannie Willis and Humberto, who is this? Who is this? I think this is in Fulton County. Yeah. Who is she? She's admitting towards the end that they screwed up. But look at what she's trying to blame.
Is she a Democrat?
1,000%. Yeah, go ahead.
These 100% grass-fed beef sticks from Paleo Valley are 30 sticks for just 36 bucks right now. But before you go and buy them, here are 5
I've not seen the tapes myself, but we do not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule.
Violation.
Since 2020, again, we have new leadership and a new building and a new board and new standard operating procedures.
Okay.
Since then, the training has been enhanced. The poll watchers are trained specifically. They've got to sign the tapes in the morning, and they've got to.
The issue is, Robert, and we're gonna dive deep into this. The issue is they claim to do everything right back in 2020. They claim, "Oh, we did it all right. We had the chain of custody. There were no break in the chain of custody. We have we double check, triple check." But yeah, when the people contesting the election, ask, "Hey, can we bring a third party to investigate, to do any forensics on it?"
correct.
They throw in the face like, "Oh, what you trying to do?" And then they start dropping lawsuit against Giuliani. The other lady, she was screaming like releasing the Kraken, whatever. You remember that? She got sued.
Right, yeah.
And Steve Bannon got put in jail because of that. He was contesting these. A lot of people, I think like 13 people from the Trump cabinet, they were either put in jail or they were heavily sued, and they had to put money. They went bankrupt. A lot of people. What are we talking about? And it's all the Democrats, and people don't realize. Like, damn, I understand if it's like 50 and 50, but all these election inefficiencies and election discrepancies came from from Democrats. Look at Florida, paper ballots, 1 day voting, and they finished way before Maricopa County. They finished way before Fulton County, which they have more people than Florida. Well, Florida had more people than those counties, and the state was done by around 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours after the poll closed, they were done counting. Come on. That's why they want the computer, the Dominion computer, that bullshit program. Oh, by the way, people, if you don't know, the Dominion company was created in Venezuela just to drop that in.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
They used it in Puerto Rico, and they used it here in the United States. And I don't know why we are allowing a foreign country create a computer-based voting platform so we can vote. Like, come on, make it make sense.
Yeah, so dumb. So dumb.
Make it make sense.
Yeah,
Sign the tapes when they're run at the
Oh,
end of the day.
they cheated.
When the tapes come back to the hub for, with all the documentation, they are checked again. And if somebody forgot to sign a tape, then Fulton initiates an investigation. But we don't dispute the allegation.
So, do you guys hear all that fluff? All that fluff? We don't dispute the allegation, meaning we were wrong, we violated, we cheated. Okay, but you know what she's saying? We're in a new building. Now we're watching the poll watchers. We're watching. Shame on them. And the fact that this isn't the #1 story, because where we are today, with all the problems, with all the inflation, with the freaking border, with dealing with ICE and all this crap, it's because we were cheated out of the president in 2020. End of story. Okay? Thank God he's back and he's trying to fix it. And I'm sorry that I'm freaking yelling, but it's like, these are the stories that should be the top of the cream of the crop. You guys cheated, and they're gonna try it again. Okay? They have to try it again. I don't know if it's gonna be this because we're on it now, but I'm telling you guys, the enemy, we cannot let these people win again. That's my point. Period.
Check this out. How many votes off the top of your heads would you think that Georgia was decided by that year?
How many votes?
Off the top of your head.
11,000.
Oh, you saw it already.
Yeah,
okay.
I said it earlier.
Well, this is the whole thing where Trump said, "Find me 11,400 votes."
Yeah.
And Adam, there's
so
clips
300,000. You're saying?
They wanted to win by a landslide, and there's clips of him. Donald Trump was on camera. I think I put it in the Slack as well. He's saying they cheated. They were dropping off ballots. They were doing it, and every network. Every one of them, he's lying. He's lying. He's denouncing this and that. And then January 6th. And now, oh, weird. No wonder why January 6th he was saying you guys cheated. We have to be there. Okay?
Yeah.
And what's this? Oh, no, that's a different one, Bert. No, it's a different one. It's all good.
Damn, dude.
Adam.
That one right there. Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They demonize people. They close people's account. And
So this whole time, Trump was speaking facts, truth, and the
He
whole
knows.
world was twisted, thinking that
knows.
he was just making things up. He was telling the truth. And
Remember,
I think we've all been in that situation before, Julio, where
Yeah,
you know the
yeah, we
truth
have.
and you're speaking it, and no one's believing you. Damn, bro.
that's it is frustrating to say the least. And Robert, if you're a smart guy, when you are privy to like data, you're privy to data from every state because Donald Trump has people on every state breaking down the data, and he received all the data and all the numbers and projections for like how many Republicans are registered, how many Democrats are registered, how much is the turnout, whatever. They can predict. People don't know this, but they can predict to a certain percentage the turnout in each state or each county, and they know like, do we have a chance to win or we don't? They know it beforehand. They don't run just because they want to run. They run because they know they can win. But when he was cheated out in 2020, he was mad because all the data aimed that he would have won by a landslide. He would have won by landslide. And when every pattern repeat itself, Fulton County, Maricopa County, and all the swing states, the same pattern cannot like replicate in all those counties. That's a tell sign of a fabrication and stolen and fraud. Because we saw the same thing in Maricopa County. They kick everybody out, while the Democrats stayed in. They don't want nobody watching their votes. Same happened in Fulton County. And the same thing happened in all the swing states. They were kicking people out. They were counting votes after the poll were closed, after 11 and midnight. Like, how in the hell? Like, Trump was winning at 11 when they closed the polls and everybody went home. And then we woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and Trump was losing by about 3 or 4 points. Like, how in the hell you count the votes in the middle of the night when everybody was asleep? Like, that is making no sense. You know what I mean? So, and people could people say, "Oh, you are election denier." We are not election deniers. We denouncing fraud. That's all we denouncing. we denouncing fraud, and it's hard to people. You know, it's hard people to understand. Like, hey, they cheated, and people still voting Democrats. That's the bad part. People still voted Democrats. Like, come on, guys, you don't see it.
Yeah, and they're saying that we're brainwashed. I mean, like, really, you think we're brainwashed? We will denounce any. If this was us, we would be denouncing this. We'd
Yeah,
be demanding another candidate. And in
definitely.
fact, we've seen that with George W. Bush. You know what I mean? Like, we denounced him and everything he stood for. And when John McCain, that's why he didn't win, because we didn't really like what they were saying. But anyways, but these guys are still voting Democrat. Like, it is just like, man, you guys are brainwashed. Like, they stole Bernie Sanders off of you. He
Bro,
was clearly
yes.
winning. He was clearly winning, and they just made that man quit. And everybody knows that. And even right now, Bernie still says it. And guess what? They still vote for these people. Are going crazy for Kamala Harris and aborting your own babies. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Man,
who's
I'm telling
brainwashed
you,
here?
I'm
You
telling
know?
you, the left do that a lot. They just use the people's emotions to kind of uh they use people's emotion to fuel their ambitions. Like they use everybody just for them to get on top and have that gap of inequality even greater. And what people do not understand, like communism say, oh, everybody's equal, we're gonna get house, we're gonna get money, we're gonna get subsidize everything. But people do not understand when that money runs out, when people's realizing no matter how hard you work, you will still getting the same pound of rice, the same pound of meat, the same pound of sugar every month. Why you have to work for it?
Yeah.
What's the reason to busting your ass and creating something? What is the purpose for you to work in the fields 8, 10 hours a day to receive the same thing that the guy or the gal on the in the other side of the town are sitting in their butt, scrolling on their phone for hours on end and receive the same thing? And that's when innovation that's in entrepreneurship dies over time. It happened in Cuba, happened in Venezuela, and happened in North Korea. People stop doing stuff. People stop doing and creating stuff. And at the end, you will have that gap of inequality even larger because you will have the poor people and you have the oligarchy way on top. And that gap cannot be bridged. At least in nowadays capitalism, you can come from poverty and become a millionaire, but not the other way around. In communism, once you're down and you depend on the government, the only thing you see when you look up is the side of the boot of the communism, because
Yep.
being, they will stomp in your head. They don't care, and that's what you see all the time. And they brag about what I hate the most. The phrase that I hate the most, brother, it is we have to fight for revolution. We have to fight
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
equal rights. I hate that phrase.
These people. It's because Julio. These people that want to do communism, the leftist ideology. See, this is how you know that their ideology is evil, is that they're okay with assassinating someone. You know what I mean? Like, they
Yeah.
feel like someone, by what they believe, deserves to die.
Mhm.
In conservatism, we don't say that. No one deserves assassination, even the people that we disagree with. Now, if they went into a trial and got convicted into a into a position where they're going to get executed, that is different, because that is going through a court system. They went through a judge, and there was a defense for him and a prosecutor. It was a court system. And this is where they get confused, because you notice when you tell them that, oh, I'm a follower of Yeshua, a Christian. Oh, boy, then you don't believe in the death penalty. Then you think it's bad. Whoa, 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 wait. You're conflicting innocent, like, like taking murder into your hands, like what happened to Charlie Kirk, right? They assassinated him. They celebrated it, right? And the thing is, that's different from actually if Charlie Kirk got convicted, went to a court trial, and then they sentenced him to like, but that didn't happen obviously because the man was innocent, and they
Mhm.
celebrated for that. So it's not the same. They don't have no like, and they're supposed to be intelligent people, but it's
They
just
don't have moral. They don't have the moral. They don't have the moral. I would say
compass.
compass. They don't have moral compass. They don't care. They only want their equality. They want subsidize everything. That's why the left always promise. That's what I hate the most, man. They don't promote. Go out there, bust your ass, create something, be good for your family, be good for the community, be a asset and not a liability. But no, they what did they say? Oh, you have to fight for your rights. We have the same rights.
I know. I
You know
just
what I mean?
I
Oh,
don't
you
I
have
don't
to fight to end this inequality. Which inequality? You know what I mean? And they want everything given. They confuse inequality with actual commitment to do something good because every time that they feel less, that they feel useless, for them is inequality. If they don't have what you have, it's inequality. That's the way I see them. If you, Robert, you bust your ass every week at your job and you have a nice house, nice car, your wife is good, your kids are good, and you are working 60, 80 hours a week, but yet you have Slappy Joe in the corner with a damn sign on the streets saying, we have to fight the oligarchy, we have to fight the inequality. Like, them, get off your butt and start working. How
exactly.
hard is that? If
And
you're
you
out there,
know,
if you're out there complaining every day for 8 hours, 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, and moving from state to state, and moving from protest to a different protest, then you're able to work. You're
dude,
able to work.
hey, and for all those
Yeah.
people that say you don't understand, you don't know, I do know. I'm a con. I I'm an ex-con. I have no GED or diploma. I I I I'm basically the definition of what I wasn't gonna make it, and I'm making. I'm probably not, you know, in fast money, or I'm not rich or anything, but I am rich in the fact that I got a beautiful family and I have a place to put them.
Yep.
And how did I do it? I'm nothing special, other than Yeshua redeemed me. That's the only thing special I have. But other than that, I am just a, the worst of the worst. And God showed me a way, and anybody can do that. And this is why I'm bringing this up. Like, for those that are like out there, man, it is hard. You don't understand. I am a woman of color and I can't find a job and this and that. Well, I'm a man of color too, and I am hated because I'm heterosexual. I'm not gay, so I'm you know what I mean. So it's hard. It's a hard knock world for me too. But again, it's just excuses. It's like you said, get
Yep.
off your butt and do it. It's gonna be hard. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was hard for me. I there was moments in the construction site when I first started that it was hot and humid in Texas, Houston, Texas, that I
Oh,
didn't want to get off my butt at 7 in the morning. But guess what? I did it. So you know what? And again, don't put yourself in that limitation that because I'm doing this, because I'm working at McDonald's right now, that's it. I can't leave. I can't go anywhere. Yes, you can. You have days off. If you have days off, figure something out to move
yep.
to the next level. That's it.
You have you have to
Yep.
figure something out. You cannot be dependent of the uh the charity of others, because
Yeah.
that's why they love to do, man. And I'm sorry to go going back to it.
No, you're
They
good.
love
You're good.
they love to do that. They love to survive on the other people's work. You see, uh Karl Marx, he did the same thing. He was living off a millionaire. same as Lenin. He was living off his mom,
Yep.
sending him money. But yet they criticize the government for being, oh, they are inequality. We need to fix this. But when they got in power, what happened? They murdered millions of people for them to remain in power, for them to put you to work because they don't want to do anything.
And
That's all.
that's what people don't understand. The left don't understand. You're against no kings, but yet you want communism that is basically a king. You know what I mean? Like,
Even worse.
yeah, it's just I don't know, dude. It's just these people here are so I don't know what it is. It's not that they're dumb because they're clearly not dumb.
They're
And
naive.
I think it's brainwashed and they don't know it. And they call everybody that, MAGA Republicans are brainwashed, but then think about it. I mean, come on guys. If we're brainwashed, how do you know you're not being brainwashed? The
I
best
know.
way is to what? Get challenged by what you believe in. And if it hurts you and you get mad, there's a chance that either one, you're not explaining yourself right. Two, you're brainwashed. That's the only thing, and whatever it is, you shouldn't be getting mad. You should be listening, taking it in, and then questioning it yourself and finding out the answer. And if you find the answer, come back and challenge it. You got to keep challenging your thoughts every day.
Every day.
That's
Yep.
to that's to make sure you're not being brainwashed. Me and
Yeah.
Julio challenge each other all the time.
Oh,
So it's like, come on, guys. Like,
you see us friendly or over here in camera, but behind camera, we just challenge each other. So
yeah, we there's
that is true.
certain things that we don't agree with and we do agree with. And look, we're getting along just fine. In fact, that's what makes us better friends because we know the stuff that we do agree, and a lot of the stuff we do agree with, and
Yeah.
to the most important things, obviously. And
It is funny how people like when they are young, when they're 17 and they go to college, which is an indoctrination camp. That's what I see college about. Like college or indoctrination camps. Like you could send your kid with moral values, with moral compass, with a kind of a barometer in life. You send them to college, and they far away from you. For example, and you see you, Robert, you see that online. We see this on all the time. They're coming back a year later. They are a totally different kid. The
yeah,
set of values, the set of mentality, the actual intellectual uh, or emotional state is not the same. And they went for a college degree, they're coming back indoctrinated, and that is bad. And that's why a lot of people are not letting their kids going into college. They'd rather just to, you know what, just stay home and do online courses. Go to college but stay home because you have better chances to not be indoctrinated because once you leave him over there to the actual private institution indoctrinated, it is indoctrination 2.1 2.0. Like the educational system right now, it is a preamble when they go to college, bro. The indoctrination
and
is
and
hard.
and and the thing is, where as a parent, what we do not need to the mistake that you need to avoid, that I've learned is with my oldest, is that when you send them to these schools, let them know that those professors are just like your parents. They're
Mhm.
not they are professional on that criteria, but that doesn't mean that they're smarter than me. Because that's the thing. They go there and they're thinking my professor is a lot smarter than my parents. Why? Because my parents never went and got educated. And that's the fallacy right there. Because just because you don't have a certificate of education doesn't mean you're not educated. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We, just like, again, and that was the biggest hurdle that I had to go through because one, well, you don't know, and I do know. And then when I challenged it, and she's seen that, oh man, you're basically in the same topic, it's just a different perspective. And that's what I'm trying to say, that a lot of the times we know this stuff. And, I made it my priority to know what they're teaching because I want to make sure that my daughter didn't get indoctrinated. And thank Yeshua, she didn't. She's actually back on track. But me and Julio talked about this, but there was a moment where she was going far left. I mean, U of H is really left as it is, and it's just
Yeah,
like, man, dude, you if you're not careful, I mean, you
it
could,
would go to the deep end quick.
yeah, dude, real quick. Then you would have the piercing, the colored hair, and the all inclusive. But I will include the mega movement. So it's crazy, dude.
I know it is insane. So let's see if Vinny has something else to say. Let's just take a quick listen before we leave for the day.
They were cheating. So guess what? Once again, we were right. You were wrong. You know that saying? I hate to say I told you so. I don't. We told you so. Period.
Adam.
Vinny, I appreciate your passion. I'm with you mostly, but the math is not mathing. Because even if Trump won Georgia in 2020, even if he would have won, he still would have lost the election.
I said that.
Okay, so which
But-
leads
but-
to the bigger question.
Well, he doesn't see it.
But
the
he
Vinny
doesn't see
said-
that if it happened there, it happened everywhere else.
Exactly. If you apply the same math and the same scrutiny into all the states, you find out that Donald Trump won all the states.
Yep.
If you remove the cheating portion of the poll watchers being kicked out, the open polls after midnight, and bringing cases and cases,
because
there's videos. I'm not making this up. There's the videos of it.
because Julio, remember, this happened. What you just said right now, the kicking out of the poll watchers. This didn't just happen in Georgia. It happened in Arizona. It happened
Yep.
in Nevada. It happened in Pennsylvania. It happened
Telling
everywhere.
people to leave because they were closed. Remember that? They were telling
Yeah.
people, "No, you come back later. We are closed." Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They were telling people that. Even Carrie Lake, that she was saying it. They will tell you to leave because it is closed or the machines are bad. The machines are down. Whatever. Do not leave because they are trying to deceive you.
Yeah, exactly.
They were trying, bro. I
There
don't know how
was some.
people-
You
I
remember
don't
there
know
were
how
some.
people do that,
There
man.
were some people. Remember there were some people that stayed and then they got kicked out, escorted by security. Remember?
Yes.
So
Yes, there were people because they don't want to leave. Because something, bro, I'm telling you, the left pulled a major, and they tried it again in 2024. But Trump said it to their faces. It is too big to rig.
yeah,
It is too big to rig. And people were watching, people were paying attention, lawyers were there, people were like determined not to let it happen again. And look what happened. Trump won all the counties in the United States, all of it. Even on blue states, he won counties.
yeah,
So that is insane. Like he won how many counties? Like 95% of the counties,
yeah.
bro. That is. And people say, "Oh, he didn't win the popular vote." I don't know what you call that, but to me, it is it is a mandate. Winning all the swing states, winning over 90% of the counties in the entire country, that is a call to mandate. And he said it. I will just follow the mandate of the people. And the people told me to clean up the house, to straighten up the finances, to get everything in line, which is they destroy in 4 years. People don't remember. Biden and Kamala Harris, they were saying, come on over. We open our borders, and then you see massive of people, masses, wave after wave. They got to our country because of what? Because they want to rig the 2024 election.
Yeah.
They were already preparing for 2024 back in 2020. So their plan was sinister. Their plan was like, we're gonna bring more people. We're gonna open more congressional seats. We're gonna gerrymandering the states by doing what? putting people that's not from this country, so they can get more seats in red states, so they can get more seats in blue states, so they can lock those states down. That's what happened in Michigan. That's what happened in Minnesota, bro. I'm telling you, their plan was sinister, and we're just scraping the surface.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you saying that the entire, every single swing state, every single part of the election was rigged?
No, but what?
Because if
Yes.
so,
I say
you
yes.
would probably be wrong based on every single court case. So I'm with you.
Well, the court case is that. I'm sorry.
Hear me out, guy.
I'm gonna forget.
Hear me out, guy. I'm with you that there was definitely some irregularities. The Hunter Biden laptop certainly was an issue, but Trump won in 2016. The Electoral College vote was 304 to 227. Whooped Hillary's ass. The next election, 4 years later, it was pretty much the exact same thing, but in Biden's favor. 306 to 232. So even if 306, how many Electoral College votes does Georgia have? 16. So 306 minus 16, he's at 290. You need 270 to win. Biden would have won by 20 Electoral College votes. Flip it. Trump ran away with all 7 swing states in 2024. He won 312 to 226. So yes, we can go relitigate the past and figure out what happened in Georgia. Cool. Have fun with that. I respect that. But that's not going to change the election. It's not going to change who the president was.
Yes, it will.
Trump's the
Yes, it
president
will.
now.
I mean-
Let's embrace what he's doing now.
It would have
It's
changed
not,
it.
okay, it might not change the election from 2020. He's right on that. But what it will change is how we do conduct elections now. I mean, we still got to worry about tomorrow, not today. We have to worry about tomorrow. Learning about the tactics and exposing it, hence the Xray, we're exposing this fallacy, and especially this mindset. We need to expose what they did, so that way tomorrow we have those those protections to avoid that. And again, I disagree with this man, but I agree with Vinny, and I see Vinny's point of view. But it's crazy. But thank God Donald Trump is your president and my president.
Yeah.
This beautiful year of December 2025.
Yep. Yep. It is. It is. So, guys, thank you so much, guys and gals. Thank you so much for watching our video today. So now we are going back. We're going back. Probably not tomorrow because it's the holidays. But if we do, you will see the thumbnail. You will see the post on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. You might see a post, and we probably come up live. We will let you know hours prior so you get ready for it. So anyway, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Robert, have a great evening. And so you guys have a great weekend. Robert, any
Merry
last
Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh,
Hug your
oh.
family. Hug your family. Hug your loved ones. Kiss your wife. Kiss your husband. Kiss your children. Kiss your grandparents, your parents, your siblings, and just, hey, be happy and be blessed. That's all I have to say.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You see it. Follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, right there on the ticker. Don't miss any post that we do. We probably do a reaction video probably on Friday. We might come up with more reaction videos. People are liking the reaction videos. So you probably see more of that type of content. Let us know.